Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is called Steel. Right. We still have 2 points left to spend. We have 2 bonding events we have to watch but not keep. And we need to watch Crows and Alyssa to stay. So the first thing I want to do today is go over the Emma one and Laura's one, because we're not going to keep those two. And then reload and start everything for real. Because I know we still have like an optional side quest left inside the Student Union building. But I think I want to have those two just out of the way so we can focus on the rest of the ground before heading out to the engineering building for the mandatory task of playing around with the sidecar for the bike and of course the old schoolhouse. We have plenty to do today, so let's get started. Alright, so I already see people standing there. And they just have to wait a little bit because we have other things planned. Oh, hey Emma, what brings you here? Oh, hi Rean. You wouldn't happen to have seen Celine anywhere, would you? I've been searching all over for her. Celine? That's your cat, isn't it? Well, I wouldn't exactly call her my cat. She was with me just a little while ago. But then she pulled it off like something caught her interest. I haven't seen her around, at least not recently. Well, I probably shouldn't be too worried about it. She is the capricious sort, not unlike Milliam, I suppose. She must have run off to a little cat adventure somewhere. Maybe I should help her look for Celine, yeah, cause you can clearly see that she's worried about her. Even though it's not her cat, it's more like a companion. Yes. How about I help you look for her? After all, 2 pair of eyes are better than 1, right? Well, she already got 2 pair, one of herself and 1 pair for her glasses. Are you sure? Well then, thank you for volunteering. And so the 2 of them began their search for Celine. They searched high and low, checking areas where Emma felt Celine may be and relying on Rean's power of detection. However, no matter how hard they looked on campus, they could find no trace of her, meaning she's probably not on campus then. I think we're going to have to start looking in town, but that would take up even more of your time. Don't worry about it. I'll keep looking with you until we find her. Hopefully she really is in town. I'm fairly confident that she hasn't gone somewhere else at least, but we should still try to find her as soon as we can. Agreed. You seem a lot more worried about her than you let on earlier though. I guess you were just trying to convince yourself not to panic? Well, something like that. I do think of her as a friend after all. Right, let's start looking around. Will they find her? And will we see her somewhere in the background as they are searching? Yeah, I'm looking very good in the surrounding areas. She's not making this easy. Indeed, just where has she run off to? Celine, could it be? Oh, is that? Ah. Celine, so this is where you were. Why did you run off like that all of a sudden? She was hungry. Is she eating something? Seems like it. Are these sardines? Sardines? They're small dried fish that are usually used in East, mostly to make broth. I guess cats really do like them too. Maybe Mick ordered a few and gave her a couple as a snack. Phew, you really gave me a fright finishing like that, Celine. For a moment I thought that those two had... Those two? Oh, nothing, it's nothing. Thank you for helping me, Rean. I don't know what I would have done without you. I'm just happy we found her. That wasn't very nice though, Celine. Emma was really worried about you. Celine, there's no need to be rude. Cats will be cats. Just give me a shout if you ever need help with anything else, Emma. Of course. Meow. Your bond with Emma has strengthened. But, more intriguingly, what is she talking about by those two? Are there people hunting her and Celine down? Maybe. I'm very curious about that. Because we know there's something going on between the two of them. Maybe somewhere in the line of witchcraft or whatever is the equivalent of that in this game. At least Emma knows a lot more than she's letting on, of course. But that's something that just has to wait for a little bit. Oh, I'm glad we managed to find her. Thank you for helping me, Rean. No problem, Emma. Alright, so let's get over to the gymnasium and watch Laura's one as well. Alright, I'm betting she's at the pool? Probably. Yeah, we'll talk to them later when we get back for real. Oh, Monica has been making great strides with her swimming lately. She may even reach her goal of swimming 50 arch today. Seeing her push herself like that every day makes me proud to be one who coached her. I'm glad to hear it. She's been back to her usual self ever since our field study in Heimdall. Is something the matter? Nah, everything is fine. Should I try helping her out? Sure, let's just watch two ladies in swimsuit do their training while we sit by the side. Nothing weird about that. Is there anything I can do to help? I think it'll be great to see her reach her goal too. You have my thanks. Now then, why don't you go change into your swimsuit? Sure thing. Monica, today is the day you clear your 50 arch goal. Are you prepared? Yeah, I won't let you down, Laura. That's the spirit. Rean, your job is to swim alongside her and act as her lead. I'll be observing from the side of the pool. Thanks for helping me out. No problem. And so, Monica began her 50 arch challenge. Ooh, is it gonna be as a minigame? Oh no, it's her minigame, of course. You can carry this through to the end, Monica. I know you can. Come on, you're almost there. Only 3 arch left. 2, 1. She did it. Wait, was that it? Did I do it? You did. You never even had to put your feet down either. Splendid work, Monica. I really did it, Laura. Monica's hard work had finally paid off and she cleared her initial goal. Every last member of the swimming club congratulated her on her achievement, even those who didn't believe she could ever do it. All of her hard work paid off. Thank you for being my assistant today, Rean. It was nothing. I'm just happy to see that things are good between you and Monica again. That makes 2 of us. I've now reconciled both Monica and Fee, so I believe that I believe that we will continue to grow from here on out. And I hope that you and I will be able to keep supporting each other too. You can count on me. Aw, did you see those blush under her eyes? She was, her heart was beating a little bit faster there when she said that. Sadly, no one will remember this tomorrow. I'm so glad Monica was able to achieve her goal. Thank you for your help, Rean. I don't even know why I'm so moved. 50 arch isn't particularly amazing or anything. But now that I've done that, I want to take things farther and farther. The last few months of trading were obviously beneficial for Monica, but Lore got something out of it too. Glad to see my instincts were right when I assigned Monica to her. Ah, phew. I was kind of worried for a minute there, but she really did it. Now that she's kind of thing that I'll get you motivated. Back to practicing for me. Yeah. If someone succeeds at their goal, everyone succeeds. Because, like he said, it motivates everyone to do that little bit better than they did before, because if someone can achieve their goals, the same goes for you. Definitely. Alright, so, for now, let's put on the reload and look at the bonding events we're gonna keep, and of course, all the other people we still need to talk to on the Academy grounds. Right, back to where we started off too, and before doing anything, let's pick up this quest.
Welcome to the Occult Research Society. What kind of fortune would you like me to tell you today, Rean of Class 7? Health? Romance? I can even give life advice if that is what you wish.
Sorry, I'm not actually here to get my fortune told.
Don't worry, I'm well aware of that. You were sent by the student council, weren't you? You could have at least played along a little, though. You're not much fun.
I'm kind of fun? Beryl's a strange one, alright. She got quite a reputation among the girls as an uncannily accurate fortune teller, though.
There's something you'd like to ask of me, is there not? Answers are merely a question away. Do you wish to know what kinds of rituals and curses are my favorites, perhaps?
That's probably the kind of thing I'm better off not knowing, thanks. Wait, she didn't just read my mind, did she? Nah, she couldn't have. Right?
So, I assume you've been informed about what I want you to do?
Yeah. You want me to look into the Academy's 7 mysteries, right?
Precisely. The sooner you can start investigating, the better. Are you ready to begin?
Yes, we are. Sure, I'm ready when you are. I know a lot of schools across the country have mysteries like these, but I didn't know that Thors had a set all of its own.
Well, I'm glad I could give you the good news. They become a hot topic among some of the girls recently.
I wouldn't have guessed that, but you said that you wanted me to look into the 7 mysteries. Does that mean you don't know what all of them are and want me to find out what you don't know?
No, I know the basics of each mystery already. What I'd like to ask you to do is to investigate how credible each one is.
I see. Is that something I'll really be able to investigate though? I mean, if they are supernatural.
You can just think that as part of your investigation. If you can't come up with any conclusions, so be it. Either way, to be more specific, I'd like for you to talk to the people most likely to know something about each mystery. I could do it myself, but I'm not exactly what you call a people person.
Right. Okay. I think I get what you want me to do now. Can you give me a head start by telling me what you know about each of the 7 mysteries though?
I think if I told you everything at once, it might be so much horror to take in that it would stop your heart. So, ask me about them one by one, and I'll tell you what I know about each.
Well, that sounds like a good way to do it. Alright, leave the investigation to me.
Thank you. I look forward to hearing what you discover.
Alright, 7 mysteries started. So do we need to talk to her about the mystery, find it out and then come back? Or can we just listen to all of them at once?
Do you wish to hear about the Academy's 7 mysteries?
Probably. Alright, first mystery.
The first mystery. The Crying Sculpture. The sculpture in question rests in the art room. It used as a reference for sketches. However, If you dare draw near, you can see tear tracks running down its face.
Whoa.
What's more, the tears return after wiping them away. Rumor has it that the tears originate from a human head contained within.
Okay, I was on board until then. That's a little too extreme to believe.
You think so, too? Even so, these sort of stories always contain some kernel of truth. Perhaps speaking to the head of the art club will allow you to find out.
Alright, that's a pretty easy one. I think we're just gonna go over all 7 stories, and then we're just gonna do our rounds on the academy grounds, talking to everyone, and along the way we'll come to the people that know more about the mystery, and if we have already spoken to a few, because we did the student union and the library already, we can just go there afterwards specifically to talk to those people that know about the mystery. I think that's the best way to do it. And hopefully none of the people in the old schoolhouse or the engineering building will be part of this mystery. Well, to be honest, I think the old schoolhouse is probably one of the mysteries, isn't it?
The second story is that of the haunted piano. Late one night, a student walking by the music room heard someone playing the piano. Drawn by the sound, she took a peek into the room, only to find it empty.
Well, the name certainly fits.
They claim it's a music-loving ghost playing the piano in there.
Or is someone that's so small when they sit behind the piano that you actually can't see him sitting behind the piano. So it seems like it is a ghost, but it's actually just someone practicing. A ghost who likes music. That's all? Seems a bit lazy to me.
Agreed. At least give the ghost some elaborate, tragic backstory to explain its connection to the piano. Regardless, perhaps you could learn more from the head of the wind orchestra. I believe his name was Hybel?
Maybe this will lean into the reason why he broke his arm and couldn't play in the concert. Well, at least we know where he is.
Thirdly, we have the mystery of the Forbidden Tome.
Probably the Boys Love magazine that Emma wrote herself. That's a total mystery to us.
Now, this one is interesting. Apparently, the Academy's library houses a book containing one of the world's greatest secrets. The book is passed down from one library head to the next, all of whom are tasked with keeping it safe from prying eyes.
You weren't kidding. This one is pretty interesting.
It pleases me to know that I have a partner in fascination. Just imagine if it were something about the fall of the ancient Zemurian civilization. How romantic. The person currently in charge of the library is Instructor Thomas. He is likely the only person who knows for sure.
Alright, good to know. Was it the third or the fourth?
I think the third, right? Yeah. The fourth mystery tells of the hidden graves. This legend dates back 250 years. It's said that many who died in the War of the Lions lie buried beneath this academy. More specifically, their bodies are buried directly below what is now the field.
Whoa. Is there more to the story?
There most certainly is. They say that one cursed night, the corpses of the buried rise from their graves to bathe in the moonlight. And when they do, their long-hidden graves surface from the field, overturning it and leaving holes.
Or it could just be moles, right? They create holes in the field, most likely. Well, that explains why this mystery is called The Hidden Graves, at least. Well, honestly, I was kind of expecting the mystery to be a little creepier.
You must be getting used to these macabre mysteries. Good.
Are they gonna get worse? Wait, what do you mean by good?
Regardless, the best people to to ask about the field will be the members of the riding club. I believe the club's captain, Lambert, is home for the summer. Perhaps you should ask Paula instead.
Alright, we shall. Alright, 3 more to go. Hopefully I can keep up with this voice, cause I want her to be creepy, but it takes a long time telling it like that.
The sports club grudge is the topic of the 5th mystery. Given how hard the sports club trains, it's not uncommon to hear screaming coming from that general direction. But some say that screams can be heard coming from something else, dwelling in the gymnasium.
I believe it's coming from the girls' locker room, and just because of this investigation, we need to look in there. And for no other reason than that. I promise.
The rumors say that those screams are a grudge of sorts, a manifestation of all the stresses sport club members face.
This one seems a bit backwards to me. Working up a sweat should wash away your stresses, not make a monster out of them.
Only a select few would share that sentiment. Such ignorance of others' feelings might just lead you to an unfortunate end.
Right.
No matter. It may be wise to ask the captain of the fencing club for further details on this mystery.
I think I have an idea what the mystery will be in this case. Friedel kicking Alan's and Patrick's asses for their behavior in the club. Definitely. Because that would definitely generate some screams there.
I think her name is Friedel.
It certainly is.
Oh my. The 6th mystery surrounds the Crimson Devil of Lake Hell. Have you paid much mind to the pond beside the gymnasium?
Yes, I fished a lot of fish out of there. I'm trying to keep it clean.
Some say that it has a direct connection to Hell itself. More amazingly, they say a resident of Hell, the Crimson Devil, shows up at the pond from time to time.
If it's a fish, I hope I can catch it one day. Well, that is certainly something. Any word on what it looks like?
Sadly, the only descriptor I've heard is that it has 2 massive claws. It might be best to ask someone who fishes there often if you wish to know more about this mystery. Do you know Kenneth? He's a first year in the Imperial Fishing Club. He's a noble, though he acts as though he is not. Nevertheless, he is the club's head. Perhaps he knows something.
I'm pretty sure he will, because he's the best one to ask if you want to know if there are devils in the pond. I think the best we're going to get out of it are devilfish, but that's about it.
The 7th and final mystery is that of the poltergeist in the upper class dormitory. To be frank, I have very little information about this one, but it seems as though furniture, cutlery, and the likes are often found broken in the upper class dormitory.
And people are saying a poltergeist is responsible?
So it seems. Considering the mess it seems to be making, I can only imagine that the dormitory's maid would have something. Perhaps you should ask them for information.
And that's it. That's all the story information we need. So it looks like we have 2 that we need to go to town with, and the rest should be on the grounds. And one should be in the library where we've already been, but that should be no problem, right? I'm hoping that they will mark with green exclamation marks all over the map. Because I won't say I'm lazy, but that would definitely help by finding them. But yes, let's go at it. So we already talked to everyone here, and I don't think anyone in the 7 mysteries is in this building, so I think we should be fine. So let's head out. It might be wise to check the library first. I don't know, I can't remember if Thomas was there. I know he usually is, but it could just be at the lounge as well. There he is. Alright. First one of the 7 mysteries.
Ah, Rean, my boy, what sort of questions have your inquiring mind come up with today?
As it happens, I'm looking into something for a fellow student. Do you know anything about the forbidden tome supposedly locked away in this library?
Ah, a forbidden tome. My, what a fascinating idea. Just imagine if it contained details on the sacraments of the ancient Zemurian civilization. Or perhaps it could be a grimoire written by the Crossbellian alchemist of the Middle Ages. Oh, wouldn't it be thrilling if one really existed?
Yeah, it sure would. In other words, it doesn't.
What exactly inspired you to ask about this imaginary tome?
Well, I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the Academy, and one of them has to do with a book full of the world's greatest secrets hidden deep within this library.
Ah, so that's what this is all about. Ah, this year's story is even more absurd than one I heard last year, but I do believe I know what you're talking about.
You do?
Ah, the tome the story refers to is in fact a volume of, how shall I put this, a gentleman's special interest literature.
Ah, I know those.
Yeah, cartoons.
Seriously?
Ah, at least the forbidden part is right. Not because it's dangerous or anything, but because it's rather naughty. Ah, we tell you boys time after time not to bring those sort of things into the Academy, but somebody always has to try. Well, boys will be boys, I suppose. This little tale started because we gathered the contraband here before we dispose of it.
Well, that's one way to do things.
Ah, so if you happen to have a prized collection of your own, make sure to leave it under your mattress back home. Unless you want me to find it and share what you're into with Instructor Sarah and the rest of the faculty.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, anyway, there is nothing especially unusual or mysterious about this library, I'm afraid.
You have made that abundantly clear. Thank you for your time, Instructor. Rean rushes home to dispose of his magazines, just to be sure. Alright, that's one of the stories down, and just like I said, we're just gonna continue talking to everyone on the campus, and probably pick off most of the 7 mysteries along with it. Because we're going here to the lake, after that we can go directly into the gymnasium to talk to people there for the second one. So yeah, it all fits.
Oh my, and mercy me, did you clone yourself, Vivi? How wonderful, now we can work twice as efficiently. Fake Vivi can tend to that flower bed over there, and the real Vivi can be in charge of getting the equipment ready. Oh, she's good. Oh my, there are 2 Vivis all of a sudden. Excellent, now we can have more people take care of the flowers. Ah, Vivi dragged me along so she could play a prank on Edel, but it ended up backfiring. Now I'm stuck helping out. What I see always happens to me. Vivi dragged me along so she could play a prank on Edel. Ah, my flawless plan to have my way with Edel's body had a flaw. She seems so easygoing that you'd think she'd be easy to trick, but I guess I shouldn't have underestimated her.
Definitely not. Oh, hey Rean. Still fishing the good fish? I don't think that's how the saying goes, but I guess you could say that. There's actually something I was hoping to ask you about. Does the Crimson Devil of Lake Hell ring any bells? That's one of the Academy's 7 big mysteries, right? It's the only one I know, at least. But seriously, though, did anyone really believe this place was connected to Hell? Probably not. Any ideas what the Crimson Devil part is all about, though? That's probably a crayfish. You ever see them around here every so often? That must be it. What's a crayfish? Oh yeah, red things. Kinda like crabs. They even have 2 big claws, just like the devil was supposed to. I wouldn't be surprised if a crayfish inspired the whole thing. Yeah, especially when you put it like that. Thanks, Kenneth. The Crimson Demon of Lake Hell is a doozy of a name for a crayfish. Who even came up with that? Probably Beryl herself. I can see her do that. And let's check, but it should be on 0. Yeah. Well, if there was just one back, so we could catch a crayfish with a 100% rating, I would go for that. And then bring it back to barrel like, here, this is your devilfish. I would love to see that in her reaction. But yeah. Alright, gymnasium. Let's see, no one in the locker rooms. Well, we should do our check that we always do when we get into the gymnasium. This is the girls' locker room. If I walked in, my death would be swift. Blissful, but swift. Yeah, one of these days we'll get our chance, I'm sure of it. Now let's check upstairs. I don't think there will be someone, but... Ooh! Of course, the pervy racks. Now that that's what I'm talking about, nothing beats a good swimsuit picture. You better not be taking candid pictures again. Oh no, I've got permission this time. Now I can take all the sexy pics I want. I think he's missing the point. Well, at least he asked permission, that's a hell of an improvement for Rex. Oh, don't worry, I've got permission this time. Now I can take all the sexy pics I want. Well, to be honest, there are sexy pics, but they're tastefully done. They're not crude, if you know what I mean, so yeah. Man, I'm too busy focusing on them to get any proper practice in. Come on, Monica, you got this. Yeah, you're probably looking at their swimsuits, aren't you, Casper? You dirty little devil. You're probably one of those, let us say, forbidden magazines, have you? Ah man, I'm too busy focusing on them. At this rate, Monica should actually pull it off today. It'll be awesome to see all of her hard work pay off. I'm sure she's gonna make it. Okay, this is it. I've got it this time. I'm sure you do. Alright. That's it for here. We just have to talk to Friedel. I tried to forget it, but it was a hell of a troublemaker when I first entered this academy. Loggings? Is everything okay with your neck? That's a pretty far twist. But then Friedel came along and straightened me out with a thorough beatdown. I can tell your neck is still bending the wrong way, isn't it? Now that I think about it, I've never won a single match against her. Can we go further? No, okay, so there is a maximum. Oh, apparently the girl he knows from Sunday school is playing in it. I just realized when he's been trying so hard here lately. Yeah, he wants to be worthy of her attention. I think that's it with Ellen, isn't it? I think she's the captain of the fencing club, right? Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a question? Oh, no bother at all. Ask away. As it so happens, I'm looking into the 7 mysteries of the academy. Have you ever heard of the sport club, Scorch? Oh, sure. People have been talking about it since I was a first year. Although, I don't suppose it will gain much traction next year. Why is that? No, it's pretty simple, really. Those screams, they don't come from people, but the door that used to be here. It had been in bad condition for years, and it used to make these awful screeching noises. So, I asked for a replacement at the beginning of the month. Now everything is nice and quiet around here. Well, that explains that. Thanks for the information. Oh, you're very welcome. She's nice. Oh, those 7 mysteries are rather interesting. I don't know who came up with them, but they're pretty well thought out. They usually are. Because mostly they are from people that love horror stories and they know how to write one themselves. So with a little bit of inspiration, they can get a lot done. Alright. I wonder where Celine is gonna be if she's actually at Mict's place if you go back to Trista. No, we should have seen her there, right? Ah, never mind. We're busy with the grounds and the rest will come later. Alright, the rivalry between Alyssa and of course, Varys is about to start. I challenge you once more, Alyssa. This time I can say with absolute certainty that I shall not lose.
Oh, I knew this would happen. Ferris can hardly go 2 seconds without challenging me to some sort of competition.
It's good to have a competitive spirit, right?
Oh, I wouldn't be so bad if Emily and Theresia didn't keep throwing more fuel on the fire. I don't think I've had any choice but to accept at this point.
Maybe I should stay around and see how this plays out. Yes, we definitely should. Well, if you're going to accept her challenge, I'll have to stay around to give you some moral support.
Oh, you're just as bad as they are. Fine, suit yourself. Well then, Ferris, what will be competing in today? Our competition today will be a simple 50 arch race. I do hope that your breakfast wasn't too large, because you're about to eat a bitter serving of defeat. Whatever you say, Ferris. Let's get this over with.
Good luck, Alyssa. And so began yet another heated competition between Alyssa and Ferris. Rean watched attentively as Ferris refused to accept Alyssa's marginal victory. Again, and again. Ferris' several rematches served only to drag out a quick and simple competition. And in the end... Hey, look! Like Alyssa's our victor.
Impossible! How could I be defeated after all of my practice? The rest of us practice too, you know.
I have to say though, you've gotten a lot faster than you were before. You really have been putting in the hours, haven't you? That was a good match, sort of like the several matches before it. You two might want to rest up for now though.
Do not belittle me. I cannot accept this. I refuse to accept this.
Ferris, where are you going? Alyssa, you've got to go after her.
Right.
Rean, Emily and Alyssa combed the whole campus in search of Ferris. However... she must not be at the academy. Sorry about this, but would you do mind looking for her off campus? Of course.
Where in the world could she be?
Probably at the dormitory? Ooh, well that's somewhere totally different.
Oh, stay back. Do you know who I am? I'm the daughter of Count Flora. Help! Vincent! Alyssa! Ferris! Alyssa!
Let's take him out.
Right.
Yeah, they don't even have to show us, because we know we're gonna ace this.
Phew, there we go. It doesn't look like she's injured either, thank goodness. Are you alright, Ferris? You just had to choose the highway of all the places to do your sulking. Alyssa, for what purpose did you chase me out here? Are you here to laugh at me, belittle me for losing to you? Of course not. There's no way I'd ever do something like that. Why is it so hard to believe that I just want to be your friend? That I want to train and get better with you? In all honesty, I wanted to become friends with you as well. However, I could never once bring myself to admit that. Oh, so that's how you really felt. Oh, in that case, how about this? We can keep competing against one another, but as friendly rivals. There's nothing wrong with some competition between club members, or friends for that matter. Alyssa! Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you so much.
I'm glad this all worked out.
Me too.
Because like I said, a good rivalry is good for either party.
Thanks, Rean. You really helped us out.
I didn't do anything much.
More importantly, I'm glad we were able to help your friend. I mean it. You're always there for me when I need you the most. I don't know what I'd do without you sometimes.
You're welcome.
Right. I've got cleanup duty now, so I've got to go.
Sure.
See you later.
Your bond with Alyssa strengthened. Damn, she's gonna be the first on level 5, isn't it?
I sincerely apologize for all the trouble I've caused you, Rean. But allow me to tell you this. I
I could not be any happier to have become Alyssa's friend. Aww, she's now actually admitting to being her friend. Well, that's a victory if I ever heard one.
Thanks, Rean. I'll make it up to you, I promise. Well, I've got a lot of pleading to do, so I'll see you later.
Things got pretty serious there, but no harm, no foul, right? Thanks for helping us out, Rean. Of course, any time. Hey, that's the reason why I got the friendship medal, didn't I? And hopefully I will get the last one as well later on.
Oh, you're Rean from Juice's class, right?
That's right, and you're Paula from class 5, I assume? This might sound weird, but I'm currently looking into these mysteries surrounding the school. Have you heard the rumor they're calling the hidden graves?
Oh, I have. That's the one about the dead rising from their graves in the field, right?
Lambert and I found a hole in the field a while back, but the only thing to come out of that was an exam with a bad grade. Seriously?
Yep, it seemed like someone couldn't deal with getting a score that bad, so they tried to put that test sick wretch under.
Well, they didn't even bury it though, just dug a hole and tossed it in. We filled it up since someone could have tripped. But with a grade like that, you could say the only grave our culprit dug was his own. Yeah, that joke was so bad, I can't even force myself to laugh. That aside, thanks for the info, that was a big help. We found a hole a while back, but the only thing hidden about it was a failed exam crumpled up in there. We filled it up right after to prevent accidents. Are people seriously spreading rumors about it being a grave? Well, his school career probably died with that score, but yeah. That's the only type of grave we can make of that. Right. Today's episode is going by so fast, and there's still so much to do. Alright. Yes, I think I want to go to Trista to get the 2 story parts from there. Plus, the bonding event of Crow. That way, afterwards, we should only have the main building left of the Academy grounds before we head into the schoolhouse. Oh, and of course, the mandatory side quest with the sidecar. So much to do on today's free day. I love it though. Alright, so... do we have it on the map, everything? Nothing. Let's see. The chapel, the upper class dorm room, and Crow should be in the lower class dorm, trying to pick up the rest of his stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Alright. I think this is Hybel from the Wind Orchestra. Oh hey, what's up? Well, I have a quick question for you. I'm trying to investigate the 7 mysteries of the Academy. What have you heard about the haunted piano? Ah, that story. Well, that's the one about a ghost playing the piano in an empty room, isn't it? Oh, so you do know it. What can you tell me about it? So you want to know the truth, huh? Well, as it turns out, the ghost was me all along. Whoa, really? Okay, calm down. I didn't mean that I'm actually a ghost. The rumor started spreading because someone heard noises in what they thought was an empty room, but I'm pretty sure they just stumbled along while I was tuning the piano. Really? Yeah, it's not exactly rare to end up totally obscured from view when you're tuning certain parts of it. Chances are that whoever heard that at the time just couldn't see me. So basically I'm a so-called ghost. That makes sense. Right? Sorry though, you're probably hoping for something a bit more exciting. Oh, not at all. You told me just what I needed to hear. Beryl might not be thrilled though. Thanks for your time. Not a problem. Yeah, beautifully done. Nice. Alright. One more story here, part here to go. Then we can see what Crow needs help with. Probably carrying the heavy stuff back to a dormitory, but we won't know until we ask. I can't think of a better person to ask about the upper class dorm. Excuse me, would you mind if I ask you a question? Oh, of course not. How can I help you? So, I'm investigating the 7 mysteries of the Academy. There's one story about a poltergeist in this dorm, but would you know if there's any truth to that? I do, in fact. Some of the more experienced maid told me all about it. I've even seen it for myself. You've actually seen the poltergeist? Oh no, not quite. There was a much simpler explanation behind all the havoc. As the stories go, plates are broken and utensils strewn about the kitchen, correct? But these things happen when girls try their hands at cooking for the first time. The kitchen can get very chaotic. This tends to hit its peak in May when more of them want to practice for their cooking classes. But I think a poltergeist makes for a far more interesting culprit when people are sharing stories. Well, that explains it. Thanks for clearing everything up. Oh, I'm glad I could be of help. Yeah, that makes for a great story. With the poltergeist, not that it's the first year's cooking and going awry, but yes. Most of the upper class students have returned home for the summer as per tradition. I imagine they're all getting about it in their villas as we speak. I must admit that it's somewhat lonely without Master Patrick and Celestine here, however. I imagine that. And don't worry, I've got some more recipes coming up as soon as I've been to the old schoolhouse. Yeah, because we got the new one at the Student Union last episode, and I can't wait to start cooking with that. Oh, what are you doing here, Crow? Oh, yo, Rean. I left something here yesterday, so I just came to pick it up. Though, man, I always forget how much of a pain moving is until I have to do it again. This is why I wanted to use my whole room to just store stuff in. I wouldn't push your luck with that. Should I give him a hand? He seems like he could use the help. Yes. Last bonding event, last point, let's get it done. I don't mind giving you a hand. You look like you need it. You serious? Man, I guess they were right when they said you can't beat having a loyal first year at your beck and call. Oh, just make it clear, this is unpaid labor, I'm afraid. I wish we had an option to ask for 50 Mira so we could get it back from what he stole from us in the beginning of the game. Yes, I still remember that very clearly. Oh, don't worry, I wasn't expecting a payment from the guy who conned 50 Mira off me. Yes, Rean! Brilliant! Shove it in his face. Yo! Ah, hey there. What's up, Crow? What's this I hear about you being a first year again? I heard worse. Did they kick you out already? Hey, come on, you guys know nobody would ever want to get rid of me. Show a little respect to the guy teetering on the edge of his second first year. I've only got yourself to blame for that one. So, I'm guessing this guy is a first year in your new class, Crow? Yes, I am from class 7. Well, how about that? Let me give you a little tip. Never drop your guard around this guy. Before you know it, you lose your 50 Mira. Cause he'll be in your pockets the second you do. Hey now, we don't want to give my new classmate here the wrong impression. Trust me, I've got all the impressions I need to know by now. This is ridiculous, Crow. Oh, shut up and give me a hand here. This thing isn't gonna carry itself. You could at least ask nicely. Alright, let's go get the rest of the crew to help us out with this. I was only wondering that we're gonna see a lot of people helping carrying stuff and Crow is gonna be the only one not carrying anything. Well, that should just be about it. Thanks for the help, guys. Hey, don't sweat it. Just make sure you pay back that money you owe me. Yeah, I know. In that case, we'll leave it to you to it. Thank you for your help. The second years left her room. Ah, they left in a hurry. Oh well, wouldn't have been able to move all that stuff on my own anyway, so I'll let it slide this time. I'm surprised you got so many people to show up to help. You really do have a lot of friends, don't you? Well, I've been here for 2 years now, right? Keep it up and one day you might be famous as little old Crow here. I get the feeling that in order to be that popular, I need to be old Crow. Alright then. Now that you've got your furniture, I'll say this once again, welcome to Class 7 Dormitory. Thanks, man. Your bond with Crow strengthened. Ah, nice. And I think it's also a good one to just get a head start on the link levels, because he's got some catching up to do. Ah, looks like my swank Crowtillion is all ready for me to settle in. Don't hesitate to drop by if you ever need anything, okay? We're Lombards now, so if you're ever in need of my worldly wisdom, the door is always open. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind if I ever need a lesson from Old Crow's School of Hard Knocks. Hey, trust me, hang around me long enough and there's no responsibility you won't be able to dodge. I'm sure that's true. Alright, that's all done and settled. So I'm guessing back to the academy grounds. Alright, so we still have the entire main building to go over, and of course our two mandatory quests, which is of course the sidecar in the engineering building and the old schoolhouse. But the thing I want to do on this episode, just to round it off, I'm thinking of just handling the last story of the 7 mysteries, so we can finish that off with Beryl and then do the rest the next time. So let's go in there, because we know where we have to be. Because the only thing left is, of course, the crying sculpture, if I remember correctly. And we know where we have to be for that. Ooh, don't get turned around here. Alright, there she is, and she's all alone. Would this be the statue they're talking about? The one with a human head in it? Maybe. I am pretty sure this girl is the head of the art club. Excuse me, could I have a minute of your time? No, I'm busy. But my ears work, so I can listen to whatever you have to say. Go ahead, state your business. Okay. I guess she's going to keep working while I talk. That's pretty impressive. I'm actually looking into the Academy's 7 mysteries, one of which is the art room's crying sculpture. You wouldn't happen to know anything about... Condensation! Sorry? Oh, like I said, it's condensation. You have no idea how many people have come in to ask about that. They're not tears, they're just condensation. Water vapor in the air, if big words scare you. Who in their right mind would actually believe a sculpture could cry? I guess the world will never run out of idiots. I see. Is that right? Yeah, pretty much. Thank you for the information. There was nothing. Well, I've investigated all the 7 mysteries now. In the end, none of them turned out to be as spooky as I'd hoped, but oh well. I hope Beryl won't be too disappointed. Well, if we want to know if she's disappointed, we have to go to her and ask, so we can finish off that quest. And there she is, waiting for all the mysteries to be solved by Rean, even if it isn't the way she wanted it to be. It looks like you finished your investigation. Can you tell me what you've learned? Sure, let me go through them one by one. Rean told Beryl the truth about each of the 7 mysteries. I see. Condensation, magazines, a test. None of these are supernatural at all. I honestly didn't expect any more of them to be real. But the truth is even more pathetic than I thought it'd be. I agree. Although it's kind of interesting that people were able to make such a fantastical stories out of perfectly ordinary things. I suppose that's true. Still, I'd like to thank you for looking into everything for me. So here you go. It's something hexed with one of my favorite curses. Ooh, a nightmare. I love that. Thanks? To tell you the truth, I'm a little surprised none of the mysteries had anything to do with the old schoolhouse. It seemed like the perfect setting for a good ghost story. I wonder why it didn't come up. I mean, we already know there are strange monsters in there. What are you talking about? Of course it comes up.
In the real 7 mysteries, at least.
What? Could you say that again? I couldn't quite make that out.
I didn't say a word. Perhaps your investigation has gotten to you.
I could have sworn I heard her say something about the real 7 mysteries. Oh well. It's probably a better idea not to get into it. Alright, maybe someday we'll get to experience all the real 7 mysteries back to back. I would love that. Oh, but let's have a quick look at our new quartz. Because it sounded potentially very interesting. Attack and crafts can nightmare enemies. Oh, it's literally a nightmare quartz. I could have thought about that. Interesting. Definitely interesting. I always love it when we get these kinds of gifts. And the fact that everyone is up in the bar, even better. Alright, so for now I'm gonna leave the episode here. Next time we're gonna go over the main school building, talk to everyone there, so we can finish up our round of talking to everyone for the beginning of the free day. Afterwards we can then do our mandatory quest of the sidecar and the bike, which would be extremely interesting to see. Hopefully I get to pick who's gonna ride with me, and if, depending on the pool that I can choose from, it will be Millium or Toa, because those two are the most perfect ones to ride with us. And after that we're gonna go to the old schoolhouse, and if you can guess, we're gonna grind there a little bit just to make Crow and Millium catch up with the rest of us with the linkage level, and of course gain enough money for the next field study so we can buy everything we need to get started, because that's basically what we want. And by doing that we are also getting ready for whatever boss we're gonna encounter at the end of the old schoolhouse this time. And will it be the last time we're gonna get in there, or will there be one more? Because yes, we have 2 more layers we still need to get to, but it could be once we finish this one we're gonna go directly to the last one to get the big boss, or whoever is down below in the old schoolhouse. Yeah, I can't wait, I'm so curious. But that's gonna be next time. Until then, I wish you a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time, as I hope we'll finally get to the old schoolhouse. See you then, bye bye.